Are you concerned about the cost of paintball? I know I am. It seems to be getting more expensive every year. Well, this week on Old Guy Paintball, we're going to talk about budget balling, how to save money at the paintball field. Hello everyone, I'm Craig and I'm the host of this channel. As we've all noticed in the past few years, the cost of paintballing has gone up quite a bit, especially with paintballs and equipment. But is there ways to save money at the field to maximize your dollar value? Well, we're going to talk about some ideas that may help and help you save some money. One of the biggest costs in paintball is obviously the paint we shoot every weekend. With only one known manufacturer, that is Vulcan, that has a plant in California, most paintballs, at least 50% of them, are made outside the United States in Mexico or Canada. And with the impending trade war looming and tariffs being levied against products outside of the United States, this could cause a very big increase in our paint costs. Time will tell whether or not they move their manufacturing back to the United States or they just decide to pass it on to us. But I can see the cost going up sometime this year if things stay the way they are. So be prepared for that. There isn't really a whole lot you can do, and most fields have field paint. You can't bring outside paint. So unfortunately, it's just something we're all going to have to learn to deal with going forward. Another good way to save money is by getting a season pass. Does your field have one? Be smart to get one. If not, talk to your field owner about it. It's a win-win for both sides. He gets money to start off his season, and you have a set price for the whole year. Oftentimes, season passes have perks. Almost every one includes entry and air for that day, but they also may give you discounts on paint, or a discount at their pro shop / store. And there may be something else involved with it. Maybe a discount for if you bring a friend or something else. But talk to your owners of your fields. If they don't have one, it may be something worth considering. And if your field does have it, I would highly recommend getting it. They usually are a pretty good deal. The next way to save on paintball is, how do you play? Do you play in a lot of games that have something like respawns or something along, or just a mass game that you can kind of check out and check back in? Well, you may want to reconsider playing some of the styles of play, because those use up a lot of paint rather than your standard game. So watch how the games are played and try to pick games that are definitely a little more economical to you when you're out there. The second thing you can do is turn off ramping. If you're not practicing for a tournament, or you're playing in a tournament, or you're practicing with your team and you don't need ramping, turn it off. That'll probably save you 10-15% just on your paintballs alone. Along with that, consider switching your marker over to semi-auto at a lower rate, or play with a semi-auto marker. Maybe a couple games early in the day or throughout the day, or just play that whole day. Another suggestion is just play hopper ball. Fill your hopper up, and that's what you play with. When you run out, you run out. These will also help you in getting better at your snap shooting, shot selection, and just your mental aspects of how to play the game, so you aren't just spraying and praying. So those are some ways you can do it. And, there's maybe other ways. And if you do, leave some comments on ideas as we go along. You never know. Your idea might help somebody else save some money. But along with that, you can also incorporate maybe limited paint play. If you have enough people and they're all willing to agree to it. Maybe you play a hopper in one pod or two pods, and this way you're not carrying 5 or 6 or more out on the field. You could also, that's always a way to consider, saving some money, is by not using as much when you play. Another way of doing it is with group play. Can you get a bunch of you to travel to a field together? 3 or 4 guys all traveling together is a lot cheaper if you all pitch in and pay for gas and rotate around than everybody not driving themselves. And also, talk to a field if you're bringing a group out. Some offer discounts for that. If they know you're bringing 4, 5, maybe 6 people, they may offer you a little bit of a deal, knowing that they're going to get a large group in that day. And also, consider pooling your resources. If you can play with semi-auto or with a lower rate of fire, pool your money together on your paint. Maybe instead of buying 4 cases, you buy 2 and you split it up, and that's how it goes. You have to be thinking outside the box, literally, to see how can you save some money. Another way to do it, especially if you're starting out and even going forward, is not buying brand name gear. Yes, I know some of the stuff looks flashy with the uniforms, the pants, the tops, some of the gear, but can you look at other options that may be cheaper in knee pads, elbow pads? You can play with jeans and a t-shirt, a long sleeve shirt, or sweats, or nylon pants, and something lighter weight. Those are a lot more economical than paying for top-notch name brand gear, which will save you some money, especially throughout the season. And along with that, look at the other equipment you may have. Do you really need a high-end marker if you're a rec baller? Can you get by with something that may be mid-ranged or even used? But with that, just remember that there's a lot of people that do take care of their markers very well. But if you're not real tech savvy in how to service a marker, you'd probably be best to buy it from a retailer or a paintball store that offers the used equipment section. Because if there's a problem with it, at least they can help you in repairing and keeping your marker running. That's always a chance you take with older gear, is it may be well used and also near some of its lifespan may be used up. But look at what you buy for gear and things like that, because you have to really question, do you really need it? You can be a real good paintballer in jeans and a t-shirt. And along with that, you just have to think, what's the best way to play? Try to be in the best shape possible so you're not wasting your day only playing 3 or 4 games, especially if you have to travel. It seems like anymore there's less fields out there, and travel time is also something to consider. So, you may have to start thinking, well, you may have to play at a closer field than a better field far away because the travel costs. So always look into everything you can. But unfortunately, paintball is one of these sports that there just isn't a whole lot of options to save money. And I hope some of these tips will help you save some cash and make your season a little longer. But if you have ideas, post them up. We can always do another episode and add in some new ideas and anything else that may help make this better for all of us. And with that, please remember to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the upcoming content. I hope everyone gets out to the paintball field this weekend, and I'll see you on the paintball field soon.